Hi everyone. Okay, so this is your announcement for January 20, what's today? 22nd, 2019 for Philosophy 101, Introduction to the Art of Wondering. This week is the week that we really begin to talk about philosophy. We are starting Module 1. So by now you should have completed the Start Here module. You should have completed the syllabus quiz as well as the introduction discussion, and I will be grading that introduction discussion this week. All right, so Module 1. This gets us started because we talk about kind of the basics. The topics of Module 1 are what is philosophy, what is a philosophical question, and what is the value of philosophy. All right, so and what I've done actually is I've divided this module into two parts. So the first part of the module talks about what is philosophy, what is a philosophical question, and then part two is what is the value of philosophy. Okay, so let's get ready to really talk philosophy now. And I'm ready because I have my cup of coffee. I think philosophy and coffee go hand in hand. Okay, so a note about how to approach this class. You need to plan to work in this class by working in the modules. So when you go into Canvas, click on our class, Philosophy 101, and then you're going to go to the left-hand left-hand menu and click on modules. All right, that's really important. Don't please resist the temptation to just click on assignments that you see coming up due, okay? Because that's just going to mess you up. You're not going to learn anything, and you're really not going to be able to do well on the assignments. Okay, so work in the modules. So you go to the modules, click on that, and then we are in Module 1. So the first thing you'll want to do is to look at Module 1 Overview and Objectives. Okay, and so it's really critical to work through these modules in order, page by page, in which you see them listed there in the modules. Okay, so Module 1 Overview and Objectives gives you sort of an overview of the whole module. It tells you what's going on, what we're going to read, really introduces the module as a whole. And then the next page says, what is philosophy, learning activities, and assessments? Okay, so this is for the whole module, and you'll see that I have listed here the objectives, okay, for the module. That's what we are going to do. Those are the goals we have for this module for you. And then the learning activities and assessments. Okay, so on this page, this is critical because this is where you're going to find all the materials, because we don't have a book. So this is where you're going to find the links to all the materials that you're required to read or watch or listen to in our class. Okay, so part 1 talks about what is philosophy and what is a philosophical question. So by now you probably, I hope, have already or you're currently in this part of the module. I have a little lecture that I've given, made a video out of that for this. That's a required material, so you need to watch my lecture. And it's very important that you don't skip over, okay, my video lectures, because in those I help you to understand the material better, okay? And the material that we're going to be reading in this class can be challenging, all right, because especially when we get into the ancient Greeks like Plato, I help you to kind of understand what's going on, okay, in those readings. And even in this module, the reading by Bertrand Russell is fairly challenging, okay? So you watch my commentary, and then you go to it says read Department of Philosophy, University of Florida, what is philosophy? And that's a link that goes to the website for the University of Florida's philosophy department page and their description of what is philosophy. Okay, and it talks about also what is a philosophical question. And that's really important because a philosophical question is different from other types of questions. Okay, and then you'll complete the Module 1 exercise or M1 exercise. Then you're ready to move to part 2. Okay, so going in order, is very important because then your brain is ready, it's prepared for the next part. Okay, so then we have the value of philosophy. So you're going to watch I have two video commentaries here, part 1 and part 2, and I'm mainly talking a lot about Bertrand Russell's reading. Okay, like I said, it's fairly challenging, so you're going to want to watch my commentaries, 2 parts to before you read what he says. Okay, then you're going to read and listen to Yvette Doss's Finding Equality Through Logic, and that's from NPR, National Public Radio. So I tell you to click on the audio portion so you can listen to her read her essay. I think it's kind of cool. And then you dive into Bertrand Russell's The Value of Philosophy. It's from a larger book that he wrote called Problems of Philosophy. Okay, so this is one chapter from that book. All right, so this is a very important reading. This is a reading we're going to kind of refer to throughout the whole course. And, you know, if you do this course right, you're going to hear Russell in your brain, okay, as we continue through this course. Okay, and then there's a short little video where you get to see Bertrand Russell. He was already a pretty old man, but what he says is pretty profound. Okay, there are assignments. You do have a self-check quiz, which is due tomorrow. Okay, the module, and that is over the readings and all of the material. Okay, so don't do the quiz until you've gone through all the material. The module 1 exercise is due Wednesday by 11. And then there is a discussion. The final due date on your discussion is Sunday, January 27th. Remember the 48-hour rule. Okay, so that means you have to submit your first post to that discussion by Friday. That's 48 hours before the due date on Sunday. And also, please remember that it's required that you reply to 2 classmates, okay, and post meaningful replies, okay? And by meaningful, I mean, talk about the material. Don't just say, that was a great post, or I agree with you. If you want to say you agree with someone, that's fine, but say why. I mean, let's talk about the material as opposed to, just writing short little sentences that don't mean much. Okay? Okay, then you have a journal assignment, which is also due on the 27th, which is Sunday, and that's just one question about what we've done in the module. And the journals are different because they ask you to reflect, and that is to apply what we've studied to your own life, and that's hard for students to do. All right, so it's really important that you think about this in a personal way and talk about the meaning of these concepts in your own life and how do you apply them. Okay, all right, so this has been a really long announcement. I want to stop there. If you have any questions or you need any clarification about anything I've said or anything in the course, please contact me. It's very, very important that you be in touch with me so that I can help you, I can clarify, and we can work together. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this module. I love this module. I think it's really interesting to think about what is philosophy anyway. Okay, all right, so I will see you again next week. Have a great week. Bye.